What's up, everybody? Next week, we get the mid-season collection event for the current season of Apex called the Double Down in the Double Take collection event. And of course, with any collection event mid-season comes the mid-season update and the mid-season patch notes. And that's what we're talking about today. Of course, on Tuesday, I will be live playing the new mid-season, I guess it's not new, of Apex. My Twitch is linked down below. If you want to come see me try out any of the nerfed or buffed weapons, any of the changes to Legends, just pop in and chat. Let me know what you want to see. I'll be happy to oblige. Without further ado, let's go through these patch notes. Now, of course, these patch notes will be linked below if you want to check out the Double Take Collection trailer, or if you want to read the patch notes for yourself, it will be linked down below. Squads takeover. Essentially, it's 4 squads of 15. There's blue or purple kitted weapons. No tridents are too small to fit 4 people, but there will be tridents still on the maps that have them. There's evac towers and Valk alt and skyward dive to take 4 people. I don't know why I'm having trouble speaking. But quad's taking over. It's going to replace the duo's place. We'll talk about that more. The collection event's really cool. It takes like the aesthetics from other legends and applies them to different legends. Like you can see here, it's a crypto fuse. Normally, I don't highlight the Fuse Crypto. Normally, I don't highlight these collection events, but it's super cool. The Octane change that. I'm guessing that's Wraith, or I guess it's Bangalore, maybe. And then, oh no, it's Revenant, duh, because then Revenant gets, yeah, whatever. I like this, like, Legend change-up, and the Conduit skin looks sick. The Lifeline skin is insane. That's her Prestige skin, which gets a caustic look, which is interesting, but it looks insane. I kind of wish it wasn't a Prestige skin. I wish it was just a skin and she got a different one. But it is what it is. Reward tracker, store tab, blah, blah, blah. Ranked Rumble is cutting the ranked season short in the second split. Ranked Rumble is taking place from August 3rd to August 6th. The regular ranked season will be shorter when Ranked Rumble takes over, but this is all about the best of the best. Each ranked tier will qualify for their very own leaderboard, with each one having a unique badge that can be earned. Squad up with your friends to complete your 10 ranked Rumble matches, pushing your score and placement as high as possible. No need to opt in. Everyone who's already achieved a rank this season is auto-eligible. Your ranked Rumble placement will have no impact on your RP or ranked season placement or rewards. These are locked in before the ranked Rumble becomes available. How will you stack up against everyone else in your rank? So, like, if you finish Plat, you're only playing against players that finish Plat, I guess, is what that sounds like. So let's get into the actual patch notes now. The care package is now including purple light mags. The gold weapon rotation for the second half of the season is going to be the Nemesis, the Triple Take, the Peacekeeper, the Prowler, and the Longbow. I'll definitely be keeping an eye out for that Prowler. Peacekeeper will have Disruptor rounds on it too, which will be good. Then we have N-Rings. N-Rings now have a more even distribution throughout the map. Each quadrant of the map now has roughly 25% of getting selected. So if you split the map into 4s, each of the 4ths have an equal chance of getting selected for the end zone. Survival slot items have been redistributed to lower tiers, redistributed to low tier loot zones. Weapons and attachments. The G7 is getting a pretty big buff here. Its damage was only increased 1 point from 32 to 33, but the rate of fire was increased, and it already has a pretty good rate of fire. But what's even bigger is they adjusted the recoil to be more consistent when firing at max fire rate. The devs said the G7 has felt a little underwhelming, and our data backs that up. When we were evaluating its rate of fire, we realized its recoil could use a pass as well, so we've smoothed out what we think the roughest spots are and given a little more damage. This should help the G7 be competitive with the rest of our marksman and sniper roster. Be ready for a G7. I don't know if it'll be full on meta, but be ready to see a lot of G7s, because I think this buff is going to help the G7 out a lot. The Havoc is getting a nerf, but it's in mag size only. Not really a big nerf. It does help a lot because you can't lay down crazy damage when you have big mags, but it's still going to kill just as fast. It's still going to be used a lot. I love it. It's go between that and the alternator with disruptor rounds, but I love the Havoc. Its no mag is down to 20 from 24 rounds, white mag down to 24 from 28, purple mag down to 28 from 32, or blue mag and purple mag down to 32 from 36. So they lowered everything down 4 rounds, which isn't huge, but it's enough to make a difference. But I don't think you'll see the Havoc meta going anywhere anytime soon. Then you have the Longbow headshot multiplier increased to 2.25, was 2.15. I still hate the Longbow, but it probably didn't need that buff. The R99 was buffed to reduce hipfire randomness. They said our last 2 patches We nerfed the R9 because it was a significant outlier, performing well above the rest of the pack. Those nerfs were substantial, and the R9 has fallen a little too far for our liking and is feeling unreliable. I hate the R9. These adjustments intend to bring up consistency without directly increasing its damage potential. Without increasing that damage potential, I'm still not going to touch the R9 unless I don't have a gun. Or I have like a P20. Rampage LMG. Firing animation has less vertical movement while in ADS. That's good. Weapon rarity sets. The Peacekeeper blue and purple updated to the 1-time HCOG. Was the 2x Bruiser. That doesn't even make sense on a shotgun. I have a 2x. Charge rifle and Sentinel for the purple. The optic was updated to the 4 to 8, was the 2 to 4, and gun run will keep the 2 to 4. That's good. You don't want the 4 to 8 in gun run. 4 to 10 times digital scope no longer gives you the threat vision through smoke or gas. Legends, Alter, Void Passage, Crypto EMP will now affect all players phased by the Void Passage. Bangalore Smoke Launcher, all players within smoke will now have a white highlight visible to other players in smoke within 20 meters. That is a huge nerf to Bangalore, and a huge buff to everybody playing against Bangalore. So long as that literally means all players and not just all teammates, which I think it does. That means if I'm in your Bangalore smoke, you still have a white highlight around you as long as I'm within 20 meters. Bloodhound, Beast of Hunt threat vision is no longer visible through smoke or gas. That's an interesting nerf. Upgrade level 2, Raven's Blessing alt charge reduced to 20%, was 25%. And upgrades level 3, new Sighthound reduced tack cooldown by 50% when ultimate is active. And new Flock remove enemy range requirement for white Raven spawns. So overall, a nerf to Bloodhound, but these new upgrades sure are interesting. They were Long Hunt and Taste of Blood. Long Hunt extended Beast of the Hunt duration, but that is now replaced by Sighthound, which reduces tactical cooldown by 50% while ultimate is active. So now you can't extend your Beast of the Hunt. And now the Taste of Blood, instead of gaining 50 HP on Nox while ultimate is active, is changed to Flock, which removes enemy range requirement for white Raven spawn. So actually a pretty big nerf to Bloodhound. So no longer can you scan, no longer does Beast of Hunt work in smoke or gas. The Raven's Blessing upgrade was nerfed, and then both of the level 3 abilities were replaced with something that both effectively nerfs Bloodhound, because both of his level 3 upgrades were better than the new. Pathfinder upgrade level 3 down and away. Tack will now refresh on both Nox and assisted Nox within a 3-second window. So a buff to Pathfinder. Revenant upgrade level 3. Grim Leaper. Tack will now refresh on both Nox and assisted Nox within a 3-second window. So also a buff to Revenant. The maps for pubs are going to stay Broken Moon, Kings Canyon, and get rid of World's Edge for Olympus, where the ranked maps are going to go Broken Moon, Olympus, and World's Edge, which is awesome. Because Kings Canyon and Broken Moon are my least two favorite maps, so getting rid of one of them is always good, and Kings Canyon is my least favorite. I may be the biggest Kings Canyon hater in all of Apex. So, super happy to see that gone and replaced with my favorite map, Olympus. Modes, quads. Quads is replacing duos, like I mentioned. 15 teams of 4, like I mentioned. Loot improvements, chance to find blue and purple kitted weapons. Increase ammo in light, heavy, and energy ammo boxes. Increased chance to find ammo, health, shield, scopes, and deployable items. Increased replicator starting count 12 to 15. Lobby supports a 4th player for inviting and previous match squad members. Legend ability updates to a 4th squad member. So Mirage Decoy shows 4 squad members when dropping in. Valk's ult allows up for 3 additional squad members to attach instead of 2. Vantage passive can spot the armor on all enemy teammates when in ADS instead of just 3 of them. And Loba's ult has UI to support a 4th player. Note, quads is the only mode support queuing with 4 players. All other modes will be locked. Solos is coming back as an LTM from July 9th to July 22nd. Mixtape, Lockdown added the core and estates. There's mixtape map rotations. You can pause the video here if you want to read them, but not super important, so I'm skipping them. Ranked, it just talks about Ranked Rumble, and in Ranked Rumble, the entry cost above Bronze tier, Gold was 35, was 40. It says Ranked Rumble takes over the normal Ranked League at the end of singular Ranked offering. Ranked entry cost replacement and KP tuning updated to. So this is not for Ranked Rumble. I think this is just what it's going to be in the second split. All of the entry fees above Bronze were brought down 5, so 40 to 35 for Gold, 60 to 55 for Plat, and 80 to 75 for Diamond. Placement RP tuning now follows the ALGS rules for all that all top 15 will gain points. 15th and 14th will now gain 5 points instead of 0. And kill point tuning, 8th 14 points, 7th 14 points, and 6th 16 points. I'm guessing when there's that many teams left, because that's not really clear writing there. Let's see. The doesn't say in here. It doesn't clarify that. It says bronze has been slightly lower. All of the top 15 players will now receive corresponding placement points and increased KP for players in the top 6th to 8th positions. So that is what that is. Okay. They did clarify that, with potential for more updates to come as we continue to monitor. No real important bug fixes. I'm looking through them. I looked through them earlier. I don't think there's anything super important. Fixed exploit that allow players to move faster than normal. Nesties will no longer be occasionally extremely bouncy. Players will no longer be able to shoot enemies while safe behind cover. Result in some text displayed on the old. So nothing. Graphic stuff, not going to cover. And then legend bugs. Players should no longer rarely get stuck in ceiling or floor when using void passage. Stuck projectiles such as arc stars now fall off correctly when traveling through a void passage. Tax void siphon, the interactable part, no longer missing a cooldown after exiting a void passage. Alter Wraith and Ash highlighting in the void no longer reveals the real Mirage. Catalyst piercing spikes no longer activated by Marvin's. Piercing spikes activation no longer blocked by Gibraltar's gun shield. Octane fixed players getting extra velocity from upgraded jump pads using certain inputs. Revenant Ash Arc Snare will no longer occasionally bounce off of Forged Shadows. Quality of life stuff, added a settings option that adjusts the gameplay volume when spectating. I actually love that, especially for streaming when I'm just dead and talking to chat. They can hear me better. Alter added different voice lines for Void Nexus being destroyed by the ring rather than a player. Added logic to prevent most cases of placing a void passage would result in falling to your death post-travel. Olympus should be safe-ish. Added rumble to Alter's alt and tack. Emote sound effects now play when previewing in the lobby. Health wheel can now be closed on controller with LT in addition to circle on PlayStation, B on Xbox. Health wheel items can now be used on controller with RT in addition to square on PlayStation, A on Xbox. Mixtape gameplay, 10-minute match time for all mixtape modes minus control. They actually have already implemented that. I noticed that 2 days ago when I was playing Apex that they implemented it already. Spawn logic for gun run, lockdown, and TDM. Decrease spawning inside of enemies. Spawn closer but not at same spawn point as teammates. Lockdown capture borders change to show the color of the team currently in the zone. Lockdown now always awards 5 points per kill and 5 points per capture interval. There's no longer special scoring based on kill positioning or extra points awarded for final initial capture of zones. Map spawn audit, adjusting positions and angles on the core, estates, habit, party crasher, and phase runner. And then more graphics stuff, I guess. Switch added an FOV slider, which is cool, I guess. But that is everything coming to the mid-season of Apex next Tuesday. Like I said, Twitch is linked down below if you want to come check out the new season on my stream or you want to see anything, let me know in chat. This will be linked down below if you want to go through patch notes for yourself or watch the collection event trailer. And as usual, all of my socials will be linked down below. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. If you want to check out any of my socials, please feel free to do so. Any follows, likes, comments, any interactions always make my day. And even if they're negative interactions, they still help me in the algorithm. So check out my socials if you feel so inclined. But I will see you on Broken Moon, Olympus, and World's Edge. Get frying. Have a good day. Bye.